help me with the microphone?
Yeah.
A couple notes, because I have kind of a complex question to ask you. Kind of a complex question, so. I've donated to Architects and Engineers for 911Truth.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I've told a lot of my family members about them, shared the blueprint for 911Truth presentation. So I have a really important question for you, and kind of requires some background info, so please excuse me.
You have about 60 seconds.
Okay. Well, basically my name is Abraham Havis Rodriguez. I'm a medical student here in Peoria at the University of Illinois College of Medicine. I studied at the University of Illinois, got a bachelor's degree in biology. Basically, I supported this organization and I'm a big fan of it, but I found out there was all this evidence that you weren't talking about. There's evidence such as the New York City seismographic data, the University of Alaska magnetometer data, the New York Police Department forensic study that found only one file cabinet of the thousands. The rest of them were missing, and the one remaining file cabinet showed severe metal distortion, almost like it had been warped in some way. The undamaged bathtub beneath World Trade Center, the trains that were down there, the PATH trains, all this information that's easily verifiable. And I was wondering why you weren't talking about it, and I was really concerned, and I only mentioned a couple things. There are hundreds and hundreds of things, and so I wanted to message you and see if you had heard of them. And because the scientist that found all this information is also a scientist like you, her name is Dr. Judy Wood. She's a PhD scientist, got her degree in materials science engineering from Virginia Polytechnic Institute. I thought you would really want to know about this. So
Yeah, this is really important.
So-
let me address the issue. There
I
is
didn't
a
ask my
whole-
question though.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, basically I found out that she took legal action too
What's
with
the
all this
question?
information, and so I sent you the question in an email if you had heard about any of this evidence and why you weren't
I
talking
have
about
heard
it.
about it.
But you banned me from your petition. You never responded to my email. I
Oh, what's your
silently,
name again?
Abraham Havis Rodriguez.
Oh, hi, Abraham.
I was
Right,
silently
what's the
banned.
question now, and I'll answer it.
Okay, well, basically, because I was silently banned from your petition for that one email, never heard back from you. My question is kind of it's 4 in 1, so. Mr. Gage, why don't you mention any of the large sum of very important empirical evidence from 9/11
Let's take
on
it
your
one at a
website
time.
or in the presentations?
Let's take it one at a time. Let's start with that one, okay?
Sure.
I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm trying to give them the information I think they need, which is a clear, honest response to your questions. There's a whole lot of evidence and very weird things that happen at the World Trade Center. Okay, there are about 10,000 file cabinets that are missing. There's about 20,000 floor trusses and 220 acres of metal decking that's missing. The question is, where did it go? Some people believe that there's a fine, incredibly fine distribution of explosives that would be responsible for the turning into small metal filings, which we find in the World Trade Center dust. Small metal filings, which could account for the file cabinets, the 220 acres of metal decking. And so that's one possibility. Others have posited other possibilities, such as what Abraham was talking about with advanced weapons.
I didn't say anything of the sort.
Well, it's a possibility that Judy Woods is advanced, so I'm just mentioning. Is that okay? Give
Sure.
me just a minute.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's because it's important to respond to. Now, we don't know much about weapons that we don't know much about, right? They're not. We don't have the understanding of what else might be available, given that it's not public information. So what we do at Architects and Engineers for Nano-Truth is present in the limited time that we have the most solid scientific forensic data that we can give you, that you can take to the American people, your friends, neighbors, colleagues, architects, engineers, government officials, and media representatives, and that they won't think you are a kook. Okay, this is solid evidence that we present. Now, I'm not going to present every piece of evidence out there that I can't explain. What good does that do me or you? What's your next question?
My next question is, why didn't you take all this smoking gun evidence, such as the thermite that's supposedly peer-reviewed, why did you never file that in a court of law? Yet Dr. Judy Wood took all the evidence, just a brief sum that I mentioned.
I'm an
And
architect.
she filed that in a court of law,
Okay.
and it went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court in October of 2009. So
Okay. And what
why
happened?
have you never filed this evidence in a court of law to pursue NIST
Well,
and the
it's-
people that engaged with NIST in the conflict of interest relationship to use our tax dollars for those phony 9/11 investigations?
This is an important discussion. I'm just trying to kind of carry it along so others have an opportunity, and I don't want to cut you short. I'm not an attorney.
There's just one more part.
I'm not an attorney. We're architects and engineers. We have produced the evidence. It's available for you to file it, to do whatever you want with it, make it happen. I'm working 80 hours a week, harder than I've ever worked in my life. I'm managing a large organization of 40 volunteers with almost no funding, and I don't have time to sleep, much less file lawsuits. I don't even know how to do that. No attorneys have come forward yet and said, here, I want to take your stuff to court. And I would say, please do it, for goodness sakes. Next question.
Okay, last part. I just want to know, do you ban all your members that just message you sharing evidence, asking? I honestly want to know.
Be quiet.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Sit down.
Let him talk.
I'll answer your question.
Let him talk.
So, now Abraham was banned because he put on his profile information which we find confuses and distracts people from the evidence that we believe is most solid. We don't want every theory out there on our website in people's profiles. So we do censor the profiles. So that's what's
I
going
was
on there.
completely banned. And I just wanted to say, if anyone really wants an investigation, please read this book. It is the most important book I've ever read in my entire life. And just take it for yourself and please just read it.
Thanks, Abraham.
It's called Where Did the Towers Go by Dr. Judy Wood. Please, like we're all on the same team.
Appreciate that very much. Next question? Right here.